Hi, my name is Larry James. My company is Speakwithlarry.com. Now, normally what I do is I create videos to share information and guide people to a way of setting up the foundation of their online business. But lately I've been doing research, studying different authors and speakers and the like to gain some perspective or different views that they've experienced. So doing that, I ran across a guy that shared a story, and this story is titled Learn to Die While We're Alive. And I want to share that with you today, and I'm going to read it to you, so sit down for a second or sit still and just follow along. It only takes about a minute or two, and just see if you can understand the gist of what he's saying. And it goes like this. To die while we're alive gives us the only opportunity we have to get outside of this package that houses us temporarily. Let me give you a brief example of what I mean through a story that I learned from a guy by the name of Wayne Dyer. Some of you may know who he is. If not, Google him. You'll be impressed. Okay, here we go. A traveler from India went to Africa to acquire some local products and animals. And while in the jungle, he saw thousands of beautiful multicolored talking parrots. He decided to capture a talking parrot and take it back as a pet. At home, he kept his parrot in a cage and fed him and gave him wonderful seeds and honey, played music for his pet. Generally, he treated him very well. When it was time for the man to return to Africa 2 years later, he asked his parrot if there was any message he could deliver to his parrot friends back in the jungle. Well, the parrot told his master to say that he was very happy in a cage and that he was enjoying each day and to convey his love. So when the traveler arrived back in Africa, he delivered the message to the parrots back in the jungle. Just as he finished the story, a parrot with tears welling up in his eyes fell over dead. The man was alarmed and decided that the parrot must have been very close to the parrot in the cage, and that this was probably the reason for the sadness and his demise. When the traveler returned to India, he told his pet what had happened. And as he finished his story, the pet parrot's eyes welled up with tears, and he keeled over dead in his cage. The man was astounded, but he figured that his pet died from the despair of hearing of the death of his close friend back in the jungle. So the man opened up the cage and tossed the dead bird outside in the trash. Immediately, the pet parrot flew up to a branch on a tree outside. The man said, "So you're not dead after all. Why did you do that? You tricked me." And the parrot responded, "Because that bird back in Africa sent me a very important message." "What was the message?" the man asked. He told me that if you want to escape from your cage, you must die while you're alive. We must indeed die while we're alive in order to look back at our awakening consciousness and see ourselves trapped in our cage, which in our case is our body. And then we will see how unnecessary it is to remain caged. Did you like that story? I thought that was very poignant, very fascinating for me, and I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you'll get a chance to share it with someone else. Have a great day.